we got the boys' bikes aboard, and now we're going to head out to Williams Harbour. We got a little bit of work to do, and we got a little bit of hunting to do as well. Look at this. Oh, what a day it's going to be. Get the gun ready. Might see a sea on the water on the way through, so we'll be ready for if we do. Anyway, this is the first time back in Williams Harbour now since the big move. Getting heavier. Oh. Well guys, this is the first time back to Williams Harbour here now since he turned off the power. Just me, brother and his missus. That's the only two in the harbour here now. Just brought out some lower batteries. He's got over the few and solar panels and that. It looks pretty much normal here right now, but I guess in night time now when all the lights are out, it'll look a little different. Well guys, I'm down on their wharf here right now, and in a video a little while ago someone asked me about this wharf, like was this a fisherman's wharf or whatever, and this is our wharf. We all built this, our family. And the only reason I said that is when I was coming in boat, someone put a sign up there recently, Fisherman's Wharf, and I just read the sign when I was coming into the dock there. But you know, we built this wharf. A lot of the rocks that we put in these piers here and the ones underneath there come from our old slipway over there. We used to go over and speedboat and load it right down full of rocks, and you know, should be almost sunk. Come on over here and offload like that. And these inside piers are right full of rock. I mean, it took a lot of work to do what we done here. Just look at that. That's all these piers. You see the size of that pier there, that one and that one, right full, right to the top with rocks that we hauled from speedboat from over there. Anyway, just having a little look around, and I'll give you a little tour. I'm gonna go back up here now, and yeah, we built all this, and this is old rock I picked up in the beach one time. I brought it back. I don't know, I thought it might be kind of like old meteorite rock or something. I'm not really sure what that is, but and this is my little speedboat here. I'm gonna take the motor off and put it in the store and turn her bottom up tomorrow. Don't want too much snow getting in her. A great little boat for hauling out to the edge of the ice, you know, when you're seal hunting and stuff. And this is my uncle's wharf right here. I'll just walk you, I guess. And this one here, well, that's tipped down, so you just haul the boats in up across on that one. It's getting in pretty rough shape there now. And get the Strouders up, and there's L. Russell's wharf right here, Ellen Ridges, and there's their old twine store, and yeah, and then there's Harbours and Rosses and Hobbs over that way. So everyone, you know, built their own wharfs here, and there's Ed Russell's over there, and or whatever. And then yeah, you know, when we grew up, we had a twine store right where down was too. But the walkway from the bank to the top part of the twine store. So when we tore that one down, we built this one that way. And I'll tell you, I put the roof on that one, and I wasn't very old. I should try to figure out how old I was when I made the rafters for that one. Man, that was a long time ago. And yeah, he's right on top of the old store used to be. And we grew up, the old man actually had another wharf over here. You see that kill up there? That's a part of his old bounce bed right there. And he had the wharf right out here, and then the last bounce bed in here, we used to have a walkway from there to the top of the bank. Yeah, and you know, all these young fellers, there was another old stage here before this one, and Victoria haven't put this one here. And years ago, the freight, we landed in the harbour, and coming here in boats, and we put in the stage, and then you had to lug all the freight up over the bank over to that store. So obviously, you know, when you're young you carried the lighter items, and but you know, the way it is back then, people would make a lot of trips back and forth to the stage, so every time you went back up, you carried something with you. And it used to be an old store right here. We used to play in as kids, and it's all the old boards and lumbers and that from when they torn down there. And like I said, this is the first time back in Williams Harbour now since they shut everything down, since the resettlement. My brother, he got a generator now in my old shed right there. And I'll tell you, I wasn't very old when I built that shed. We had an old shed there before, and at the end used to be we had a generator. It used to have power through the house, And then when they put the power through the community, we used that as a hinge pin. But the whole shit got old, and we tore it down and built that shit there. Where that one was too. You can see they removed the meters of all the houses, so there's no more power going through the houses. Yeah, well, guys, to give you a little history, there was a house in this spot right here when the old man was a young boy. The house was right here, and then when he got older, they built the house right here, actually, and this is one we grew up in. There was a house right there, and actually, when we built that house there, we had to tear this one down before we could get that bridge there. You know, it was only about a foot from the other house, and the porch and the front door was right here, and at the end of the porch in there, that's where Mother started up her business, had a small store. And then eventually, a few years after, the old man built the store there, and then he put a piece on after, and when we were young fellas, there'd be a walkway, a bridge from our front door over here. Because years ago, you know, before the roads went through or anything, like it'd be a bit muddy and a bit rocky, the only gravel you got is what you lugged up from the beach in buckets and stuff. And all these trees here, you know, we planted all those there. Man, just look how now he wasn't very big. Look at that juniper right there. He wasn't very big when we first put in there. He was probably 4 or 5 feet high. That's how much he's since grown. And all these trees here, like, you know, these, like this one here, they were only about 6-7 inches high when we planted those. And there's a nookshuk made of white marble. Got that marble over on Newfoundland Island when I was over there moose hunting. Another big chunk of marble in here somewhere under these boughs here. There's you too, boy. There's a big chunk of white marble in there. And all these trees, same thing on the edge of the bank. We planted those there. There was nothing there when we grew up, but the bank be eroding away, and so we planted some trees there to slow down the erosion. And look at the dogberry tree down there. We planted a few more, and some did die and didn't make it, but some more did. And in years to come, this will keep growing up now anyway, I guess. So yeah, and we was young fellas. See, the old man had a wharf down there, and we had a walkway from here to the pier on out to the wharf. And then a big swell come in one fall and pretty much ruined the wharf. And so the next one we built was over there, and the old man had a lot of stories. And this Mother's old store. Still got a touch of the old flu. It's getting a bit dark. Well, there's all shelves lying here with groceries and stuff, and lying here more like cleaning supplies and stuff like that. And this was the counter, and the scales was down here, and this was like full of freezers for frozen goods. And yeah, it's a bit dark, so probably not going to see much of it anyway. And this was down here, then with storage, you know, and had a cellar down there for vegetables and stuff, and all lined there. And I mean, the store will be full in the fall of the year. You know, the boats come in the fall, and you won't see no more boat until the spring. So whatever you had to last you through the winter, and that's why people relied for meat. You know, we hunted all the time, and that's where our meat came from. Because we had no access to the outside world for months on end growing up. So, and I tell you, we loved it that way. Yeah. You know, the biggest thing here is the school closed down. Anyone with kids just can't live here unless you teach your own kids, you know. So that was pretty much the nail in the coffin for this community. And slowly died from that because the young families had no other choice. They couldn't come back, and people just starting to get older, and now they're at the age that starting to have run into health issues and things like that. And so at the end of it now, like for those left, the older ones, relocation is you know, was their best option for now. And yeah, so it's sad to see it happen, but that's it, I guess. There's Uncle Graham's old house right here. You know, when I recently wrote a story for them days, and you know, when we grew up, there was a barrel over right here, just in front of this truck right there, and be a hose on it. There's a well. I don't know if you see the mailboxes on up above the other vehicle, or the white one. There's a well roughly in that area there, and you have a hose coming down line here, be insulated and stuff, and be water running, and that barrel will be overflowing with water all the time. And you know, that's where you get your drinking water and stuff for washing clothes and that. And he'd be running like that until the fall of the year, and late in the fall, it'd be enough snow, and you go over to Beaver Pond and get your water. But you know, Carl, he had a little well on up there. Yep. So a little history of the area. Oh man, yep. believe. Yeah, the house won't be used anymore, or not very much anyway. Well, you know, it's pretty quiet around here except for the generator up in the shed. My brother now and his missus, only two left here in the harbour, and it's good to get back there and have a little look. There's a big swell on. Won't go do tour hunting or anything like that, but I think tomorrow morning I might go look for a seal. Williams Harbour is just over right there. That's Beaver Pond right there. This here is what it calls Red Bay, and this is another place that we used to wait for seals in the morning and in the evening like this. And you see there's like a bit of ice making there now. When the ice gets like a solid edge, you pass that bar there, that's when it's really good here, and the seals will come down. They'll rise just to the edge of that ice, and you can see there's a few empty shells there. And you rest her here, but used to be kind of a blind over here too, not right there. But it growed up a lot now the last few years. We used to truly here, yeah, there it is. See this? There's resting boards and everything here, and this is how much it growed up here since the last time I was here now. But yeah, you wait and look for seal over that way. You know, I guess as time goes on, everything will be covered up for sure. But yeah, you know, if someone was still at it, you cut some of these tops off here, right, and just it's be nice and warm here, and you have the rest of the gun good there. So there's not a lot of seals on the go. Yeah, it's a little bit too mild for them yet. Yeah, when the ice starts making up north, that's when starts to get the seals moving south. So it won't be much longer. You see a lot of difference in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, sometimes you hear somebody bang, 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 fellers killing seals. Yeah, most times you drift ashore or something like that, or if you had to, you can come on around the speedboat and get your seal that way, or if you had a little rowboat and road and getting stuff like that. So done it all through the years for sure. Yeah, what an evening here. Yeah, like I said, when you get a nice edge of ice line there, that's where the seals come in. They rise right by that edge. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of old people spend a lot of time around here hunting. Well, that's where the wharf used to be, and this is Williams Harbour now. Not a light on, not the one. Pretty black. That's the reality of it now, I guess. Yep. She's gone, boy. She's gone, boy. She's gone. Here to Mother's and Old Man's house. Weird. You gotta have a flashlight, you know. And I see there. It's my cast net right there for catching capelin. I'll just be there yet because I'll probably the only place I'll be using it when it comes back to Williams Harbour anyway, I guess. So anyway, and they had to take this piece out of it to get their freezers and stuff out. Yeah, down the basement here now. And yeah. Can anyone tell me what that is? That's jaw bones from a Doder seal, a harbour seal. This here's a box of my trophies. I'm gonna leave these here and pick these up another time. Maybe I'll go through them one of these days and just see what I got them for. And another few over here. Yeah. A lot of medallions and stuff. I don't even know where they're to anymore. Oh, this is some of my old trapping records. Look at that. Beaver, crossfox, muskrat, red fox, silver fox, wall mink. More stuff I caught around here. Well guys, that's my scuba tanks right there. They need to be tested now all the same, man. But I just come here to pick up that butane stove. Yeah, still got a few things left around here, so eventually get it out after a while, I suppose. They're all shit right there. My brother's house right there. There's Uncle Carl's. And as you can tell, you know, in the sheds, and I still got a bit of stuff left around, and I still got a few things left to come back for, but I'll tell you now, there's quite a few trail cameras set up around this community. And, you know, because people do have a few things left around, and this steps on up this way. Uncle Carl, they live right there, built these. Put a lot of work into these. There used to be a rail coming on down there, but we had a lot of snow. A lot of it, they broke off there. And this building up here, this here was our school when we grew up. It was a one-room school for grades K to 9, kindergarten to grade 9. Yeah, and you can see now they got some shingles there. There was some money left over on the dog committee, the dog race committee, and said they'll put it back in the community. They're gonna, the spring, they're gonna put shingles on the church, you know, to preserve the church, because it was a school, but now it's our church. And see that bell up there on the roof? That used to be over here. And the bell will be right here. And once in a while, for bad, if someone comes up, we'll be over here playing hide and seek. And it's woods everywhere. And sometimes you ring the bell and run and hide. No, sorry, I didn't go much on that. You always have something to say, but yeah, that's the shingles there. And they're gonna do the roof now in the spring. Yeah. I wouldn't have a little look, but I don't have a lot of time right now. We're going to head her down to the wharf and take up the Strouders, and a couple more things, and we're going to be on our way to Port Hope. A little view from the community. That's our church right there. Little view there. I'll always be home no matter what, I guess. Yeah, I got to show you this tree right here. He's in rough shape now, but this was your go-to place if you wanted to cut out a slingshot. A lot of slingshots come out of this tree. Okay, up there you could probably get one up right there. Yeah, you come up with your little pocket knife and you cut off a branch. Get a right branch the right way there, and man, oh man, the slingshots that come out of that one is unbelievable. A lot of currants goes along there. You be eating those when they're ripe. It grows up all up along there. Yeah, I hit her down the stage here now, and they might get them up before I get down. All sorted, calm down, and everything is some old place. There he is. Oh yeah, he got a seal this morning. Beating up. This is the first generator we had here. This one, and the wires strung there on to the houses, and later years we had our own little generator in the back part of our shed over there. But all that's left here now. Down one last little view here now. The boys cleaned the seal there, but this is the good stuff right here. Look at that. Ice cream container of blood. First time back now since resettlement, but it won't be too much longer. We'll be back again.
Mother Labrador, Mother Labrador, she'll provide you with all you need to live, but remember, all to respect her resources, with firewood to keep you warm, and wild birds and seals and the fish that swim her waters, you'll never go hungry. She'll present to you the most beautiful sunsets, and be thankful this land is the best that you can give. With her mountain ranges and valleys, all of her bays and fjords, makes me proud to call this place my home.